Watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm a very tired, hungover, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. Very tired and hungover is a bit of an exaggeration, I do have to say, because I was hosting a dinner party last night, and yeah, it went on till the early hours, and that's why I'm very tired. However, I'm not really hungover because these days I can only drink, a small glass of wine, and that's enough for me. But I'm feeling a bit. My body is fatigued, and even though I managed to load the dishwasher and get like a lot of it in there last night, there was still a lot of clearing up to do this morning, and there's still like a lot of things to be put away. But anyway, I'm here, and it was all worth it. We all had a brilliant time. So I can see 4 people are watching, but no comments. So would you be able to just let me know you're there and you can hear me? Oh, hi, Anne. Lovely to have your company. Thank you. Wonder if anyone else is around. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for coming along. What have you been up to today, Anne? I've had a message from Janet to say that Phil's trying to get on, but they're actually travelling at the moment. So whether he'll be able to log on or not, I don't know. I did manage to send them the link, so hopefully they will get on to talk to us, which will be quite nice, won't it? Yeah, they're on their way over to Britain from France today. They're staying for a couple of weeks with relations, and we're going to meet up. So that's going to be cool. Hello, Claire. Thanks for coming along. Your cross-eyed pico edging, pico cutting. Oh, Anne, I don't know how you do it. I have not got the patience for that. I can do a lot of things, but I can't do that. But your work's so beautiful. Hello there. How are you? I can't remember your name, Label Mail. Oh, it is Martina. Do you know what? When I saw the cat, I thought, oh, it's Martina. But whenever I see that, I never know it's you. Thank you so much for coming along. So lovely. Hello, Shelley. Thanks for coming. Okay, so let's get started then. I've done some prep, sort of in between everything else this morning. I got up here and did something. Hi, Joanna. Lovely to see you. So yeah, I chose Pansy Patch today because I haven't used it very much. It was one of those I bought, loved, played with it for a while, and then more stuff came in, and I put it back on the shelf and forgot. So I brought it out thinking I'll have a go with this. Now, in the past, I've actually played more with the stamps, but today I thought I'd get the dies out and see what I could do with these. So let me show you what the dies I took out first to use. So these are the dies that make up the flower itself, like so. So that's the main pansy piece, and this one, you cut 2 of these and they go behind and overlap each other. Then you need to cut 2 of these for each flower, and that goes on top of each of these petals. Hi, Wendy. Lovely to see you. And then this part goes over the top of there. Then you've got that piece in the middle, and then finally the tiny little center here. Now, most of the videos I've seen with this, people have used the dies to cut out coloured cardstock, and that gives a really nice effect, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've decided to use my inks to blend the colours, so I can get a more shaded effect. So that's what I've done. Okay, so obviously I did a lot beforehand because it's a lot of cutting out and shading, and you only need to see me doing it once to get the idea of it. Okay, so that's the flower, and for the leaves, they're in two stages. You've got the main leaf and the bit on top to enhance the veins, if you like, and they're just in two different sizes. Okay, so I've gone ahead, cut these all out in our basic white cardstock, and we've got this for the flower. So I'm going to bring my colours in now. Oh, Martina, too scared. Well, have a go. So the colours I'm going to use are Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, and Gorgeous Grape. So let's start with the lightest colour. Oh, I'm sorry, Heidi, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. On my laptop that I'm watching, it's not zooming on or anything, so I can't, there's nothing I can do, I'm afraid. So the pale papaya I'm using first for this main part in the middle. Now I found if I colour on my silicone mat here, I'm sure you'll be able to do it, Joanna. So I find if I use my silicone mat, I can, let me just bring in a piece of paper to clean my brush on every now and then. On this silicone mat, it grabs the card. It doesn't move too much. So I've done that on the wrong one. I got carried away there, didn't I? It's this one I'm trying to ink up, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to use a darker colour in the same sort of family in a minute. So yeah, I find that this tends to hold it and it doesn't fly about too much on the silicone mat. So that's the pale papaya. Then I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo. Hi Levine, great to see you. And bring that one in. And then bring this in. I'm going to do it from the edges. And I want quite a good covering with that. But as you can see, this is very different to using the already coloured card because we've got, you know, it's different shades within the petal, which I really like. Then to do the outside edge, this one, I'm using our Fresh Freesia. Oh, thank you, Martina. I thought it was a sort of gentler way for the pansies. I didn't like the solid colour of the cardstock, so I'm glad you're liking this one. And again, with those bits that you're going to use to tip the small petals at the top. But I hope you can see how much easier it is to do this blending on a silicone mat. And then I'm going to swap to my gorgeous grape, which is gorgeous. Yeah, that's what I thought, Anne. The petals of flowers and leaves are all always shaded. You know, if you look at a leaf, one side it's paler on the back. Yeah. Now the only one I did use cardstock for was this very center one, the bright yellow one, and for that I've used just a tiny bit of So Saffron cardstock. So that is going to go there. And I did that deliberately because I do want a solid colour for that middle bit. Now I'm going to turn this over and bring in my leaves here and here. So I've done all the others. And obviously the large and the small leaves are exactly the same principle. So for the back part of the leaf, I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. I must just tell you girls, because I know you'll want to know. You know, last night's dinner party didn't really go without a hitch. The food was all okay, and it sort of got served up, well, more or less on time. Nothing was drastically late. However, after we'd finished dessert, which I'd served in my little fancy individual crystal looking glassed dishes, as I was scraping them out and going to put them in the dishwasher and everything, I dropped one of them. So big smash. Everybody's like, oh no, what's happened? So now I've only got 5 instead of 6. But hey ho, never mind. You know, it was a good evening. Only one casualty. Right, I'm going to drop that into some water to wash off. Add a bit more water to that because it's a bit shallow. So always remember when you're using anything like that you've inked over, that soak it straight away, otherwise you might forget, pick it up and ruin another piece of work. I've just found the lid to something on the floor that I lost 2 days ago. yeah, of course it was glass everywhere. Luckily it was in the kitchen, so I could sweep it up, but it was a pain in the backside. Okay, so that's all the blending done. So to put them together, they're going to go, the back petals one overlapping the other, and the front one's going to go on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to take my Tombow multi-purpose glue and before I do that, I need to just pop these bits on the top here, like so. So just a tiny bit of glue there to pop on the outside. It looks like Janet and Phil didn't manage to get on. Whoops. Yeah, that is a really good idea, Martina, to use those little sticky bits from the stamps. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I have got, I have seen an idea which I keep meaning to try, but I haven't got an old mat. The mats that you put in the die cutting machines, so like the Silhouette and Brother and Scan and Cut and things like that. Those are really good apparently for, you know, sticking things down temporarily, but I've only got the one I'm using in the machine, so I'll wait till I need a new one and then keep that old one for that purpose. So then I'm going to pop this one on here. Now, when I chose these colours at first, I thought, oh, I don't know if these are going to be right, but I thought, just go with it. Just do one and we'll see what happens. And although they are all, you know, quite different colours, I did think it worked. And if you look at pansies, they are all different colours. Lots and lots of different shades, permutations. I think you can just get away with whatever you want. You know, we're not looking for botanically correct here. We're just looking for something that's pleasing to the eye. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the tops of those, top of that bit, and just put them in here. Again, you know, you haven't got to be really precise. I tend to sort of just match it up with the corners there. And then we've got that lovely darker purple back in there, and you can see where it goes. There's like a circle in there. I've put the others a bit further up actually, but I think it's supposed to go there. And then that's where your yellow bit goes. But actually, because I've done the others higher up, I'm going to do this higher up, otherwise it'll look a bit odd. So I've put it up to match the top there. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Thank you, Joanna. I'm glad you like the colours. As I say, I didn't really know if it was going to work, but I thought the only way to find out is to try it, isn't it? So I'm just going to put a good blob of glue in the middle. They are nice dies, aren't they, Anne? So it's the it's called Pansy Patch. Can anyone tell me what the actual bundle's called? I don't know if it's Pansy Patch Bundle, or I don't know what they called it, Pansy Petals or something like that. So you can buy each one on their own or as a bundle. And you get the 10% discount when you buy a bundle. So that's the flower put together. And then obviously for the leaf, really, really simple. I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the back of my hand for this one. And just pop that on the top there. If you pick it up, you can feel with your fingers that where the edges are to match it up nicely. So that's my leaves and my flowers already. So I've done 2 more beforehand and a collection of leaves. So this is what we've got to play with today. Now that's as far as I got really with my decisions on what I was going to do. Thank you, Pansy Patch Bundle. Thanks very much, Claire, for the catalogue number. Very much appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to use my standard card size, which is the A5 as we call it in Britain, which is 8 1/4 inches tall, 5 3/4 wide. Now I thought I'd use one of our what are these called? Masks. I always call them stencils. One of these masks today, but I'd like you to choose which one. Okay, 20% off. Wow. So we've got 1, 2. Let's move that out of the way. 1, 2, and 3. So they're like really random, I don't know how to describe that one, diagonal stripes or the brickwork. So can I have some votes, please, ladies? Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Right, so we've got 1 vote for one and 1 for this. Two for that, 3 for that. 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4 each, look. Hang on though, Claire, you've changed your mind. Take that one out. Should we go for the brick wall? I actually think you're right, flowers on a brick wall does sound like a good idea. All right, we'll go for 3. Now then, if it's going to be a brick wall, maybe I bring in a sort of, I wonder what colour. I think I'll do crumb cake. And then maybe bring in a little bit of a darker colour here and there, just to give it a bit of a difference. Right, just looking for my, where's the blending brush I use for those sort of colours? Right, we'll go for Sahara Sand. It's a very similar one. Let's pop this underneath. I think I'd better right, I need to think about this, so I've got to put another piece of paper over here because I don't want to get that on the back. Right, let's stick that down. That's it. Okay, you're allowed to change your mind. It's okay. Right, so let's just ink this brush up. So I know it says Sahara Sand on the back, but I am using crumb cake. So I'm not going to do this very heavily. I'm just going to do quite a light dusting here and there, like so. And I'll bring it down and do the next bit, and then I'll come in with another colour. Trying to line that up. Okay. I've never done this two-tone wall effect before, so we just have to see what happens. Right, soft suede. Ooh, I hope this is going to work because it's a bit it's quite a dark colour, so I'll have to knock quite a bit off. Let's use a smaller brush here. I think that's a clean one. Yeah, I'm going to use a smaller brush for the soft suede so that I can hopefully control it a bit more. Right, so my aim is to just highlight a couple of corners of the brickwork. Oh yeah, that gives a nice kind of different effect, doesn't it? Different tone to it. I'm hoping I'm lining this up okay, because it's not easy to see with the light at the top of the card. That's it. That's what I wanted. I wanted a very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, please? Haphazard, random look. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's looking good. Just check I haven't got anything on my hands before I go any further. Right, so the next part then is totally, I haven't got a finished look in my mind. So let's see what's what here. I have got some ribbon, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use, but it's the gorgeous grape that we used in the middle, so I thought it might work. Oh, getting very warm now. Thanks, Anne. Perfect background. Very nice of you to say. But yeah, like I say, it I hadn't foreseen that, so it was you know, you all chose the brickwork. So thanks for that. Right, that's better. Just have to take my cardigan off. Okay, so let's pop these pansies on and let's see how we're going to arrange them. And my collection of leaves. Discontinuous background pattern. Yeah, I suppose that's what you could call it. I like to create this kind of shape quite often. So if I do the top and bottom first, sometimes that helps to get that shape going. Like so. And then tuck a few more in here and there. Mottled effect. Yes, Karen. Okay. Right. I'm happy with that. And I'm thinking about putting the ribbon maybe oh, it might be a discontinued, that mask might be retired. I didn't check. Now then, does the ribbon look good along there? Or would you like it, do you think it's going to look nice across the bottom with perhaps my sentiment as a banner across there? So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down, and then if you could let me know side or bottom for the ribbon. Bottom. Yeah, that's right. So has everybody been crafting today? I'm going to pop this centre one up on some dimensionals, and I can't actually find them at the moment. Oh, here we are. Yeah, I only want the middle one up on dimensionals. The rest I'm going to leave flat. You're having a lazy day today, Karen. I don't blame you at all. I must admit, it was very tempting to just sit on the sofa for the rest of the day, but I thought, no, I do like your company. And, you know, I thought if I can entertain somebody else on a Sunday afternoon, not a bad thing, is it? Puppy sitting's hard work. Okay, so pop that one there. I think that looks nice lifted up. Right, got a bonus there. That's caught underneath the dimensional, so that's already stuck that one down. I was just wondering if Hilary had got the link, but I've realised now that she's got her family over for dinner on a Sunday, so they stay for the afternoon. Whose puppy is it, Wendy? You waxed and polished your wooden floor. Oh my goodness, and that is a big floor. Wow, well done. Oh, it's Tiff's, yeah. Okay, so I'm quite pleased with that. I have no like finished visual in my mind, so I'm quite pleased the way this has turned out. So am I going to pop this across the bottom? I do think that's the way to go. And I think I'm going to use some a piece of cardstock to wrap this round and then put my greeting on top. Hi Shaz, thanks to have you along. Good to have you along. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock across there to go to put this round. I always think that looks really nice. So let's look at the width of this. Centimetre, 3 centimetres. Okay, now I think I should shade this piece of cardstock in one of these colours. Which colour do you think would look good? Oh, I've just realised I've stuck this upside down, haven't I? Okay. I think I'm going to shade this in the Granny Apple Green because it's the one that's palest and I have used, doesn't show up as much as everything else. Oh, you think the pink? Okay. I'm thinking about the ribbon showing up the best on the green or the pale papaya. Green. Thank you. Yeah, I quite like the green with the purple. Okay, so I put the mat into soak, so I'm going to have to do it on the card. I'm not going to like really colour it up heavily, just maybe more on the edges. Right. Yeah, I like that. By the way, I must share this little tip. When I'm using blending brushes with an ink pad, I sometimes find that the ink pad slides about all over my desk. And I've seen these things some of the American ladies use. It's kind of like a silicone like stand to put your ink pad in to stop it sliding about. But they're all, ink pads are all different sizes, so whatever it is they're selling fits that particular one. So I cobbled together this. So anyone who's bought the stamp pad storage gets it in it comes in a really good sturdy box, and it's padded out with these top and bottom. And I just cut a bit off the side and then stuck a bit more back to make it the right side. So this sits inside. So when I'm using my brush, this doesn't move. I put it on my worktop and it doesn't move. It's brilliant. Saved me a lot of trouble, that did. So let's take this over, and I'm going to use some double-sided tape, or tear and tape as it's called in the Stampin' Up catalogue. Yeah, the cats do tend to look after themselves, don't they? And it's a good job since you've got quite a lot of them, Martina. Is it 8 or 9? Yeah, yeah, those light bulb moments. So the other thing that happened last night that, you know, wasn't planned, obviously, was when I spilt a whole cup of coffee, a freshly made cup of coffee, over the top of my cooker. Yeah, that didn't go down well, but, you know, nobody actually knew. I didn't tell anyone it had happened. So that was a bit more clearing up. Oh dear. Right, I need to take that bit off before I stick this bit down. Oh, I don't want to do this. I've forgotten what I was going to do then. Hang on a minute. What do you think? I was thinking of having this, putting this up on some, on dimensionals or something. Yeah, silicone matte. Yep, that would be another try. I did try that. It didn't seem to work with mine. Maybe you've got a better matte. I don't know. Right, shall I put this up or shall I put it flat on the card? Put it up, yeah. I've got some of the foam sheets I think would be... I'm going to use a bit of this rather than dimensionals, because it'll be easier to use one piece rather than lots of small pieces. So let's just see. Yeah, a little bit more. So it's going to go on the bottom there. So if I just take the backing off of this. And the other bit there. It's very, very strong and it keeps sticking to my fingers. So bear with me just a moment. I'm just trying to get my fingers clean. So that I don't get the whole card stuck to me. That's better. So if I pop this now down at the bottom. Oh, Wendy, I remember you telling us about being a nanny and having to look after all the animals as well. Oh, that was ridiculous. Right, so I'm going to use my favourite happy birthday because it's just my favourite happy birthday stamp from Flowing Flowers. And I'm thinking of using the, help me, Gorgeous Grape, unless anyone thinks another colour would look better. So Shaz shares her time between puppies and lambs at the moment. Oh, quite a few lambs due. Oh, that sounds lovely. Baby sheep, yeah. Gorgeous Grape of Karen agrees with me. Anyone else like to give me their thoughts on Gorgeous Grape or one of the other colours we've used? So, did you mean the petal pink, or the Flirty Flamingo, Martina? I've got several votes for Gorgeous Grape. I'll tell you what, let's try the Flirty Flamingo. Let's go different. Let's bring that colour down to the bottom. Flirty, yeah. I absolutely adore this stamp. It's just a gorgeous font. It's thin. It's just beautiful. Fine. And always works really well. So I just get this cut out. I'll be back shortly. Right, getting a bit cold now, so I need to put my cardigan back on. Sorry, girls. I am still filming. I'm really sorry, but my camera went a bit funny then. Okay, so here we are. Sounds like a coffee maker. No, it's not a coffee maker. It's an electronic machine. So I'm just going to pop this one on, and because this is lifted up, I'm just going to put this on with some glue. Like so. Thanks for your input today, girls, because as I say, I had no idea how this was going to turn out, and I'm really happy with what we've put together between us. Now, I know we all like to finish off with embellishments, don't we? So I think I've got some, these little dots are the right colours here. So I think we'll put a few of those around, and I might actually use some of these polished dots as well. I do rather like those, and I haven't used a lot of them yet. So I think I'm going to use a couple of the clear ones. Oh, Anne, fabulous, darling. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how sometimes you just start playing, you don't really know how it's going to turn out. And then it just comes along as you go. So I think I'm going to use a couple of these clear ones down the bottom here. Perhaps the smaller ones. They look they look lovely. They look like a little bit like raindrops. I'm going to try and bring it up closer to see if you can see the effect. Really nice. It doesn't really show up very well on camera, but yeah, it does look really nice. And then perhaps I think I'm going to stick with the clear ones actually. Pop one on each flower somewhere. Maybe use a bigger one here and there as well. Yeah, I like that. It does look like a raindrop. And another small one here. Yeah, I think that's enough. Do you think maybe, yeah, like a dewdrop? I wonder if just 3 together of these ones here at the top, maybe just in that gap there, 3 together, a little cluster. What do you think? Or do you think it's enough as it is? I'm very much a less is more person, but sometimes I think it might be nicer with just that little added bit. Yeah, I think I am going to go for it because I don't very often, you know, go over the top, but on this occasion, I think it calls for, now I quite like it at the top here. Right, now I'm definitely finishing. That's definitely my end card. Thank you all very much indeed for coming along today and for your input. I hope to see you all again live next week, and there will be a recorded video on YouTube on Wednesday evening. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I hope the rest of your afternoon is good fun, or maybe if you just fancy a rest, whatever it is you're going to do, have a good time. It's an even number. Of course it is. I was just thinking in my head, I'd already done an odd number, so I've got to do another odd number. Okay, I'm going to pop another one then down there. Now it's an odd number. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.